Greetings! Iain from RTO here. Welcome to another retro ranking. And after the last 2 weeks of something different, we go back to rock and roll and all that good stuff. And we're going to start off with one of the bad song series. We've done a few now. I haven't had the flack that I thought I'd get. So today's band in question are Kiss. Made some great tracks, some classic tracks. But in that huge catalogue there are 20 blips. I've managed to find 20, which I didn't expect. When I do these, I don't have a number. I just go through and then take it from there. But there was enough to do 20. So, here we go. Hope yours is not in here, or Ian's in for some stick. So, starting off with, it's number 20. We go to 1997 and the album Carnival of Souls. And it's the song Childhood's End. This is, of course, where Kiss decided they would try grunge. And no one liked it. You know, there was enough grunge bands out doing grunge. They didn't have to follow suit. This song is rubbish. It doesn't suit them. And that photo of the album cover is just terrible. They look like they haven't. They look dirty, and it just doesn't suit their image. Okay, coming in number 19, we go to 1990 and a single they released. Got to number 8 in the US, only got to 65 here in the UK, and it is Forever. Now, I've never been a fan of Kiss doing this acoustic thing. And this is so wishy-washy. And Paul, give me the bucket, I need to throw up material. It's horrible. Okay, coming in at number 18, we go to 1979 now and the Dynasty album. Yes, some interesting stuff on here. And the first culprit off this one is Save Your Love. There's not any really good things I can actually say about this track. It's horrible drumming from Peter Criss. What was going on? Ace's guitar solo, I mean, I think a 3-year-old could do a better one. It's awful. It's just terrible. I just don't like it. Oh dear. Okay, number 17. We now zonk along to 1998 and Psycho Circus, the reunion. Yeah. And the track we're going to look at here at number 17 is Within. I like the riffs, but Gene Simmons' vocal is terrible. What was he playing at? It was the whole track is like, oh, do we really have to do this? No one seems to be in contact. It seems like you got 4 blokes just going through the motions. It doesn't. You can, and it pays. You can tell it in the track. Oh dear. Okay, coming in at number 16. Got a single again from 1992. The only place it charted was in Sweden. And it got to number 31. Every time I look at you, I just wish they wouldn't do these ballady acoustic things. Paul's vocal is very weak. He just can't sing these songs. There's singers that can sing ballads and there's singers that can't. And Paul falls into that category in my books. Okay, number 15. We go back to the reunion. And they released a single. They got to number 31 in Sweden. And number 40 in Australia. No one else liked it. And it's We Are One. This is as fake as you can get. We Are One. The ill-fated reunion well, we're going to have a reunion, and it was the same as what happened back in the day. No one was talking. No one. Peter Criss was sort of banished from the room and all that sort of thing. This is just cheesy, and I think they were trying to kid themselves here. Absolute load of rubbish. Okay, coming in at number 14, we go to 1981 now, and the music from the Elder album. Remember that one? Some good stuff on there, and some pretty oops. And this is oops, and it's the Fanfare. Who wants to hear medieval music on a Kiss album? Yeah, leave that to the bands that can do it, like Renaissance and Blackmore's Night. That's their thing, and Jethro Tull. This is a rock band, not minstrel music. It's terrible. Okay, number 13, we're going back to the Carnival of Souls album again. You thought Child's End was bad, but It Never Goes Away is even worse. Oh, dear. Paul Stanley, don't sing grunge. It's not your thing. Horrible. Okay, number 12. 1980 and the Unmasked album, and What Makes the World Go Round. This song didn't. It's a pile of dung. Worst track on the album. Keyboards. Bleh. Okay, the guitar bit from Bruce is alright, but the rest of the track is just... This just doesn't fit on the album. Okay, number 11. We go back to 1979 and the Dynasty album. This was a single off. Not as popular as I Was Made for Loving You, which was a great song. This got to 47 in the US and Australia, number 5. Sure knows something. The only thing I like about is Gene's bass line. You know, they don't just do disc. They're too disco-y. What they were trying. I know disco was big, but come on. I don't want to hear disco on Kiss albums. Although, as I said, I was made for loving you worked, but this didn't, and it wasn't a hit really. Only in Australia. Okay, top 10. Oof, we're starting to get to the real stinkers now. Okay, starting the top 10 then, we go to 1987, the Crazy Nights album, and a track called My Way. Basically a song that was made for MTV. Every time I switched on MTV in 87, this damn song was on. Oh, I hate it. I hate the cheesy keyboards. It's that 80s production on it. It's absolutely rubbish. I can't even remember if they did this live when I saw them. If they did, I weren't taking any notice of it. Okay, coming in number 9. Back to 1980 now. Another single they released. Americans didn't even get in the top 40, only got to 47. Australia loved it, got to number 5. And it's Shandy. Some very creepy words in this. You just wouldn't be able to write stuff like this today. It's... yeah. Okay. Coming in at number 8. Now this is painful for me. It's off my favourite album from 1976, Destroyer. I mean, I love the album, but this track just didn't do anything with its Great Expectations. It's a little bit different, but it doesn't fit on Destroyer. It really doesn't. And I think that I'm sure this should have just been a B-side. It's all just flat. We got some great tracks on Destroyer. You know, absolute killer tracks, and then you get this. It sort of ruins. It just ruins it a little bit. But hey ho, you know, even my favourite albums do have bad tracks on it. Okay then, coming in at number 7, back to 1998, The Reunion. They released this single called I Finally Found My Way, and guess what? No, charted nowhere. It was a huge flop. It's understandable. It's just rubbish. Peter singing on it. I've never rated Peter as a singer anyway. Probably one of the worst tracks they ever put out. It's the worst track on that album. It's terrible. Okay, now this is where the controversies comes in. Again, off my favourite album, but I just don't like this song. Got to number 7 in the US. It was a big hit, and it's Beth. Now, to tell a lie, I do like a version of this, and it's Eric Carr's. Eric Carr's is better than Peter Criss. So I mean why I've put it in here. The song itself is really good, but it's Peter Criss singing it. I just don't like it. So that one's going to cause a bit of stir. But I do like the Eric Carr version. I've heard Eric sing it live, and he sings it far better. And I love it when Eric sings it. It's much better. Okay, number 5. 1988, Crazy Nights. And it's Turn on the Night. Got to number 41 here in the UK. Another MTV fodder. Ugh. Although it does sound better live because you haven't got that cheesy keyboard in it. It's a bit more rocky live, and I was quite surprised when they did this live, because when they put oh no, and they go, oh, this is better. Pity there's not a proper recording of that live version, because it is pretty good live. But the studio version, no. Number 4 from 1977. Got to number 25 in the US, 22 in Canada, and it's Christine 16. Oh! Very disturbing song. I'm not going to say too much about it. It's just I just find it rubbish. Okay, number 3. Go back to the Crazy Nights album. 1987, got to number 65 in the USA, but we loved it here in the UK. Got to 33. Reason to Live. Oof. MTV loved it. Another. Oh, it's just so wishy-washy. Sorry, folks, I just don't like them doing these wishy-washy songs. Okay, number 2. Go to Odyssey now, from 1981, from the music of the old. When you hear this, you go, what was you doing? This is dull as ditch water. Stick to playing rock and roll. You don't need this garbage. The guitar solo's alright, but the rest of the song is just rubbish. So, the worst song I think that Kiss have ever recorded is from Love Gun, and it was released as a single as well. Didn't chart in America. They got to number 53 here in the UK, and it's 1977's, and it's a cover of Then She Kissed Me by the Crystals. I've heard some bad covers in my time, but this takes the biscuit. Now, the Beach Boys did a version of it, and it wasn't too bad. But this is just crap. It's shocking. A track that I just will not. I hate it. I just skip it. I can't listen to it. It's shockingly shite. It's awful. Yeah, So there we go. There's 20 bad songs. I'm ready for the flack. I know I'm going to have people putting their hour on, but we all hear things differently. Okay, that's all for today. Tomorrow is Wednesday, which means it's Marathon Day. And we've got an American rock band that had some really good songs. A band that I've really just got into. It's one of your suggestions, and we're going to be looking at Clutch tomorrow. So, looking forward to that one. So, have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.